everyone, Diana here, and this is Jenna, my really good friend, and also another fitness and nutrition coach here in Delaware. So anyway, welcome to my kitchen. Jenna and I work together a lot with our clients, and today she wanted to come into my kitchen. Actually, I asked her to come in because she's a guru at,
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's about planning and prepping food and making sure that you are ready to have a successful week. As I have told my clients, Jenna makes me look like a hot mess in the kitchen. So she is gonna put us through the works and show us how it's really done. So here she is.
Thank you.
I'll be right over here asking questions.
Yeah. She's going to be our little student for the day. So take a seat.
I'll take a seat. Thank you, Miss Jenna.
All right. So who's frustrated meal planning and prepping their week?
Me.
A lot of people are. Don't feel like you're alone. This is a totally normal feeling, and I was too in the beginning before I started planning and prepping. I'm going to lay out some great things for you today, though, that are going to help you get started thinking small and not feel so overwhelmed. How does that sound?
Yay!
All right. So I'm going to lay out some of my tips for you on here, okay, to kind of help guide you, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is on my whiteboard to write a meal plan for the week. All right. The first thing that you have to know is you have to know your eating habits, okay? You need to know what kind of eater you are. You need to know whether you like fast, quick breakfast, or whether you like to sit down for breakfast and have a deluxe breakfast, okay? You need to know whether you're going to be traveling for the day, whether you need to have a lunch and be on the go. You also need to know your eating habits for the week. A lot of us have families and kids that we're shuffling to and from, and you need to know your eating habits so that you know when you can plan your meals that you're going to take more time in the kitchen and when you need a fast, quick dinner on the go, okay? So you need to know your eating habits.
Wow, see, I just learned something already.
Fantastic.
What kind of eater are you?
Fantastic.
Because that's very true, because I don't like breakfast. So at my breakfast every single day is just a whole wheat piece of bread with some natural peanut butter in it, because I don't like breakfast, but I know I have to eat. So
Absolutely.
but you like breakfast.
Yes, and so it's very important to recognize that we're all different types of eaters, you know? And so if I'm talking to somebody like Diana, telling her to sit down and make 2 eggs, some turkey bacon, and a piece of toast is
Never
unreasonable.
gonna happen.
Unreasonable. So know your eating habits. Number 2 is you need to make a plan and you need to write a list. Okay, I've got lots of tools here for you that I can share with you after the video. They're very easy to find. You can go on Pinterest, but you need to be organized. And even though it takes a little time in the forefront, saves you a lot of time throughout your week and a lot of frustration. I have a lot of different charts that I use. I follow the 21-day fix primarily, so I use a lot of color-coded charts like this. I also have written my own ones up, and they're very easy to create on your desktop as well. So you need to make a list, and you need to take care of that. So that's a simple thing. List and plan. All right, number 3. Is you need to keep it simple but spice it up. And what I mean by that is that you do not have to be a superhero and create 5-course meals all of the time. You can keep it really simple. You can follow things to a T with your plan by having a few basic ingredients and things in your kitchen. And with that, you can spice it up. Some of my favorite spices I brought with me today are these guys, and these are Flavor God. Okay, they come in a nice little 4-pack. They're all healthy ingredients in
Where
them.
do you get this?
I got these off Amazon. They were a little 4-pack trial thing for like $25-30. It wasn't too much, and you will not believe how delicious these taste. One of the things that I do with these spices are I do a lot of test tasting with things. So I will cook chicken or shrimp or meat or something like that, and I will flavor it with all 4 of those seasonings. I have a great way that I make a pan so I can cook multiple things at one time with different seasonings. And if Diana can actually sneak and help me get a cookie sheet, I have some aluminum foil, and I can help you show you how to do that. But we do we do a lot of test tasting around our house, especially with the kids. So I will season things all different ways. Perfecto. Let me show you how I do this. And you will notice on my seasonings, because I have 2 kids and they are a little picky, and I got a husband that's a little picky. Everybody likes different stuff. You will notice that I write on the containers who likes what.
Ooh.
So see, this is a winner because we all 4 like this. But I have a real easy, quick way to show you.
Jenna, I have a question. I know sometimes they say don't use the blended spices because sometimes it could have sugar in them. Now, who makes these and how do we know that
it's made by Flavor God? You
Okay.
can read on the ingredients, which I always suggest to everybody. You should be reading the ingredients whatever you buy. For instance, this has onions, garlic, sea salt, California chili pepper, cayenne, cumin powder, coriander powder, paprika, black pepper. Okay, so basically what I mean by that is that you just have to keep it simple and spice it up.
Just like the bedroom, right? Oh, I'm sorry. That's a different video.
Indeed. Leave it to our girl. Okay, our next tip is that you need to take inventory. You need to have an inventory of what is in your kitchen at all times so you know what you're working with. You need to have some handy dandy, you can use some handy dandy little charts. You can find these on Pinterest or Google Images or whatever. You can also create your own. I have my own right now currently on just a piece of white paper on the outside of my freezer, refrigerator, and outside freezer too. And that way you know what you have and when you run out. So you know what to shop for. So it's super, super easy and super wonderful. And that is why you should keep an inventory.
Man, if I was disorganized, my husband would fall over. He wouldn't know who I was. Well, who are you? Where's my wife?
Okay, tip number 5. Tip number 5 is to keep an easy list of meals. When you have your meal plans, which I have a little binder right here.
This is amazing.
Thank you. The mecca of meal plans. It's meal plans from all the way from my very beginning days. You can see color-coded little charts. And I just used anything to write on them, by the way. These are the back of kids' drawings. I stole them and wrote my meal plans on them, color-coded. You can have a mecca of meal plans at your fingertips. Any week that you don't have time to sit down and write a meal plan, you can take your little binder out, take a meal plan out, and follow it, and it's easy like that. So that is a fantastic resource to have. And by having your list of easy meals, you won't fall off your plan, okay? I know a lot of people eat the same things for breakfast and lunch especially. They eat the same stuff over and over and over because they know what they like. But if it's in your meal plan, it's a-okay. And if you need to spice it up, then guess what? You go in your meal plan binder, take out a different meal plan, and try something new. So easy meals, list, great. And number 6 is that you just need to plan. You need to plan when you have the time. You don't have to be a slave to planning on Sundays. Everybody thinks I have to meal plan and grocery shop on Sundays. That is the time when a lot of people have the time in their schedule to do it, but you don't have to be that way. You can plan when you have time. If you have time to plan on a Wednesday night at a basketball game, then you plan on a Wednesday night at a basketball game. If you are like me, you might want to plan a couple of days at a time. I plan Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I plan Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes weekend plans come up later in the week. You might be going out to dinner, you might need to fit a treat meal in there or whatever, and it's easier to do sometimes as your week unfolds. So plan a couple of days at a time or a week if you like that way, but don't feel like you have to be a slave to planning on Sunday.
That's a great idea. I mean, like, the fact you do a few days and then you're at like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because that's sometimes you have to plan completely different.
Right.
So, that's awesome.
And I found a lot of times when I was writing my week meal plans, by Thursday I would do good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday all this stuff would get thrown at me that would make me cross out, change things, and my meal plan was a hot mess. So sometimes you just have to throw your meal plan out the door and start over, and you can't stress out about it. You don't have to do it at any time other than the time that is right for you.
I love it.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Okay, so there are some things that I do in the kitchen to make my week easier. Now, one of the things is I use a lot of great containers. I use clear glass and plastic containers in the refrigerator so I can see what is in my refrigerator. These are a lot of my containers that I like to use. These are my favorite. I mean, everybody has Pyrex, right? But these are the perfect little size. You don't have Pyrex. Guess what I'm going to get her for Christmas? Okay. These are Pyrex. They have great lids, and then you can see them. And this is 4 of them. We use them for cereal bowls, bowls for leftover vegetables and stuff after dinner, all that stuff. Okay. Another thing that I use, and these are just from Giant. These are just little cup size clear
The fact that
containers.
they're clearer than the ones that I have.
It's fantastic because I found a lot of times when I was putting stuff in the old Tupperware that I had, it was all white with red tops and it was all pretty and everything. But I either had to write on it, which you can write on plastic with a dry erase marker, which is fine. But sometimes it was coming off in the refrigerator. I thought it was so much easier to pack in clear containers.
Perfect.
And then you can literally pack and go. So I love that. Oh, look at these little ones. These are great for hummus and dips and stuff. And these were just found in the grocery store too. They almost look like little restaurant things you would get, don't
That's
they?
really cool.
So that's fantastic.
They're good for putting stuff in like the kids' lunchboxes and
Yes.
everything too.
Yep. Little snacks, all kinds of
it.
stuff. And these are my last little things. Now these are called Go Stacks, and they're actually two different Go Stacks together, but they clip together really nice. Okay, so I can literally put my Shakeology in one, some nuts in one, anything else that I want to go, and literally take this and just walk out the door for the day. So
that's awesome.
it's super fantastic. I also live with my containers because I am a color-coded container fanatic.
And that's with the
21 Day Fix, but it's not only with the 21 Day Fix. A lot of the Beachbody programs now, or most of them, have the color-coded containers from Hammer and Chisel, Insanity Max, 22 Minute Hardcore, all those. It is just a great way to eat, and it has taught me so much about nutrition from the bare bones up. So now I know what all of my food falls into category-wise. What's a carbohydrate? What's a protein? What's a fruit? What's a vegetable? And how much, more importantly, how much of those things. So this is the container for proteins, okay? This is how much protein you should be having for one serving. A lot of people overdo their serving, and that's what gets us into trouble, right?
I love it too that like it just gives you that visual. Because after a while of doing it, then you know what your plate should look like. I'm very visual, and so once people learn what their plate should look like, it gives them a good starting point, and then they eat until they're satisfied. And
Absolutely. And I start with these because I like the visual, because the color containers are cute and all that stuff. They're cute to have sitting on your cabinet. But this is a cup, okay? This is your greens, your vegetables, and it's also your fruits, which is your purple, same size. And if you do not have those clean, I always have these sitting out on my cabinet too, which is a glass measuring cup. Okay, because I can still measure a cup worth of protein in here. And then these measuring cups too, I have those sitting out.
If you hear any snoring going on, my dog is laying in the middle of all this. Hold on. There's my dog. So if you hear snoring, it's not me. I swear. Jen, is that back right good? Okay.
Yep, we're good. The other things that I like to prep and plan for the week are hard-boiled eggs. I will bake those in my oven in cupcake containers. You put one egg in each thing. You can bake 12 at a time or 24, however many you and your family eat. 30 minutes, you can bake it. They come out, they look a little brown. They're not brown on the inside. They're totally fine. So I would try to multitask the use of my oven. So I will cook meat, hard-boiled eggs, vegetables, all that kind of stuff with one fell swoop. So it's really nice and easy. The other thing that I like to do is I like to use ice cube trays. You can use ice cube trays to freeze things like chicken broth, seasonings, any type of, if you make like ghee with seasonings or anything like that, you can do that and freeze it in ice cube trays, and then you can have those to cook with your chicken and your beef and all that stuff, and it's a lot healthier because you've made it rather than buying it at the store. So that's great too. The last thing that I will freeze a lot of times too are Ziploc baggies. I will put my cup of fruit, my teaspoon of peanut butter, put it in the freezer, and then it's already measured and I don't even have to measure it, and it's nice and cold and frozen. Put it in my blender for my Shakeout, and I'm good to go. So I'm not taking time to measure that when I'm ready for my Shakeout. It's just boom, boom, done. And the peanut butter is really easy when it's frozen to come out of the bag. It peels right off. It doesn't get mushed off all over the place. So it's fantastic. So. Wow. Okay.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah. A couple of my other favorite things that I want to show you are this is my meat tenderizer. I don't know.
What is that?
This is a meat tenderizer, and I don't know if you guys use meat tenderizers, but it makes a huge difference in the taste and the tenderness of your chicken. Yeah, it's fantastic. Okay. Now this one, you're supposed to roll it, but I just like to beat it.
It does beat it.
Yeah. Okay. This is another one of my favorite little contraptions, and this is for your lemons and your limes, and I use that a lot in making my salad dressings or marinating my chicken or anything like that. Or, you know, if you just want to use it in your water, you can have fresh lime and lemon juice.
My husband's been putting lemon in his water.
Oh, was
I
it
know,
fancy?
it's so new and fancy.
Yes, go Bob. Shout out to Bob. And the cool thing about this is it takes all the seeds out, so you don't get seeds. The seeds collect up at the top, the lemon juice collects at the bottom. Especially, I love the measurements too, because it measures how much juice, because a lot of times you need a tablespoon, and you're like, how much is a tablespoon?
Yeah.
It's easy peasy with this.
All right,
So.
and you're not just standing there with a spoon and just squeezing and just hoping for the best.
Nope, it's perfect.
Yeah, that's how I do things. I'm learning so much, thank you.
Okay, so those are the tips.
What's the green thing?
Oh, this is another squeezer. This is a
Oh,
squeezer for
cool.
lemon lime, and this does the same thing, but
Love
it
it.
doesn't collect the juice. So
Okay.
I'm partial to that one, but I like this one too. Okay, so those are my favorite things around the kitchen. Those are my favorite tips to help you start to get meal planning. My last thing that I will tell you that you need to do is you need to put in a little bit of time on your laptop or on your computer and Google things. Google can be your best friend. There are Beachbody blog recipe meal plans for every calorie bracket, okay? Meal plans laid out for you. Pinterest can be your best friends. I have Pinterest boards. I'm sure Diana has Pinterest boards. Maybe. She's gonna have Pinterest boards.
Oh, maybe
After
it's
today,
board.
she's
I
gonna-
don't have a hot mess in the kitchen.
She's gonna have some Pinterest boards. And you can use Pinterest to follow clean eating, 21 Day Fix, whatever program you're working from, or just clean eating stuff. It's fantastic. You can get a lot of new recipes.
I do look up stuff on the internet for
Yes.
some new clean eating recipes, and
Yes.
I know the Rich's Pantry, Skinny Miss. There's some really
Yeah.
good websites as well, so you
Yes.
can check them out. So.
Absolutely.
Well,
So
thank you for this
Google it.
first one. Hey, comment below if you like it, if you want to see some more videos. And this is actually for our 2 groups that we're having right now with a lot of our clients. So thank you so much. Okay, there's going to be another video coming out. Bye.
Thanks for joining